Alright, boys and girls, you're going to see this is the footage from yesterday evening. We had Hope running for the first time. The first thing you're going to see is having a look at what our starting point is. This is undirected, there's no skill emphasis on this. We're just going out there and just running as normal so we can get a good idea about what we're starting with. You'll forgive the shakiness on this first rep. It settles down a little bit more in a second. But we're just trying to get an idea about what we're starting with. And I'm going to slow this down so you can get a really good look. I think this is a pretty honest look at what Hope's running style is like to begin with. But it's pretty evident. You're going to see in a second that what the problem is. I'm going to slow this section down, and you're going to see pretty much straight away that you're going to see heel striking first, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, and that also means that when the leg is on the ground, you'll see the knee is still kind of bent. So we're sitting down in the grass. We're not sitting up on top of it. And you'll see a difference in these two things in a minute. So we went ahead and started working on some drills. And here we're talking about getting into some four shapes. This is the first rep. And you can see we're not bringing that heel up quite as much as we'd like to. And this first rep, we're kind of falling back a little bit. And that's more high knee action. And I want you to get into a habit of being someone who can lean and kind of fall forwards. And here's our backwards mechanics as well, which we're going to slow down and have a look. And so on the second rep, if we had a look at that, there's a much nicer four shape. Knee is forward, the heel is up, and the toe is down. That's exactly the sort of shape we want to have. And this rep, we are leaning forward. You can see that the chest is in front. We're pulling heel up. And all of this is just top speed mechanics. And we said that if we can, our top speed mechanics will get better when our backwards running gets better and when our shapes get better. When we went back to taking that drill and using that as a concept for our straight ahead running at speed, things really improved. When I slow this down, you're going to see that we are landing on the front part of the foot, and we're getting a much better, we're sitting up on top of the grass much better. Now, it's not entirely perfect, okay? So we've gone from being on the heel to being on the toe, and you can see that that foot is coming down, the toe is angled down, and we've kind of gone from being a heel runner to a toe runner. I don't want you to have your toe straight down. That's going to cause a new problem, but I'd rather us be in this direction a bit more than where we were. Okay, as we add a little bit more speed, it actually gets a little bit better, but pulling the toe up and still landing on the front part of the foot, that's where we really want to go. But for day one, I'm pretty happy with this. But you can see what I'm saying. We're sitting up on top of the grass. We've got a nice float now. We're being springy. We're being light. And these are all good things for our straight ahead running. We'll get into the agility stuff later on. But for right now, that's a good starting point. Okay, now, the other thing I wanted to look at real quick was just seeing what happens to the foot, with two things. One, when we get a little bit fatigued, okay, and also what happens straight ahead. Here's this little fatigued bit coming back the other way, and you'll see we've actually, as we've gotten a bit tired coming back, we've gone back into doing what we were doing before. Here we are back into that heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe situation. We're sitting down in the grass again. So it just goes to show how quickly things can change. Where a few seconds previously, you're running a rep and it all looks good, and then we come back the other way and things aren't so good. This is looking at what your foot is doing, looking at straight ahead, and just looking to see if there's any sort of overpronation or or supination. This is all pretty normal. This is the first part of the rep coming back where things are a bit better. You're on the forefoot. You will see the feet cross over each other just a little tiny bit, so it's kind of like on one line. That's all fine. And what you're seeing here is normal, okay? The foot contacts, there's a little bit of roll in, which is what you want. You don't want none at all. You've got to have a little bit of roll in, and so I'm not too fussed about that. We'll be fine. There's no need to go crazy about that. But otherwise, this is our starting point, and so from here on, we'll see where our drills go from here. We've just got to tidy a few things up, but for day one, I'm very happy with this, and you should watch it a couple of times to get it all down.